Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open Great Lake, and let's see if we can make the Froslass work here. We're leading with the Froslass paired with the Diggersby and the Morpeko on the back. We're just going to switch on to the Morpeko and see what they have for us. And so far, they've just stayed in, so we're going to go for a risky bait here. This Psychic Fang does get shielded, and now we have a little bit of the advantage back. There goes another Aqua Tail, and at this point we want the huge damage or we want the last shield, and we do get that last shield, and we able to save the Morpeko, and we switch into the Diggersby. So Diggersby gets met with a Dripplum. Dripplum is going to be able to dominate this matchup. However, the Diggersby pretty tanky, and we can get to probably 3 fire punches. Let's see if we can get to it. There's the Icy Wind, and now we're going to switch out immediately here into the Froslass. Unable to farm down. That is brutal. We are able to live the Icy Wind. We fire off the Shadow Ball, and this Lapras is roughly 50% health. Luckily, we have residual energy. We go for the Aura Wheel here. Easily takes out the Lapras, and now we have to deal with this Drapion. Drapion throws the Aqua Tail, and now we're going to see if we can reach a move. Nope. Unable to reach that move right there. They're going to be able to take us out. So GG's to our opponent. Looks like the spammy Drapion ends up prevailing, but also a little bit unfortunate that our Froslass took that damage. If we had a Shadow Froslass, that would have farmed down that Dripplum. Okay, now we have the Morpeko versus the Feraligatr. We're going to show the first one always, and looks like they're staying in for now. Here we go. We're going to go into this Psychic Fang again. This is going to get the shield or going to get the KO. So we've already gotten 2 shields, and looks like our opponent here is going to get farmed down. So we do have some extra energy, but it's not going to be enough to take out this Clocksire. This Clocksire is going to be able to win this matchup, so we switch out so that we can save that maybe for later. Now we have Diggersby onto the Mandibuzz. This is okay, because we are looking for some farm with our rest of the Pokemon. So even if we don't take this out now, maybe we can get it low enough that we can farm down with something. That's the idea. And you can see right there, we're already getting this Mandibuzz relatively low. Let's see if this Clocksire has Stone Edge. No Stone Edge. Earthquake is revealed, so most likely running the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb means that we are going to be able to KO them. Now we force some energy from this Mandibuzz, and now we have a decision. Are we going to go into Morpeko, or do we go in with the other Pokemon? We decided to go with the Morpeko because we can reach this Aura Wheel before they get to a move. Not that a move would have taken us out, but we are going to be able to reach it pretty quickly. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Morpeko, probably doing most of the damage. All right, we got the Blastoise versus our Froslass. Not the best situation. So we go into the Morpeko. They're going to get to this move here, grab a shield from us. Not bad. We're going to go for this Aura Wheel. Even though it's a resistant move, look how much damage it does, roughly 40%. We're going to let this one go so that we can farm with something. That's the idea, because this Cradily is actually kind of a core breaker for everything here. Rock Tomb easily takes us out, and we got to try to win this game with this Diggersby. It's looking like we're not going to be able to farm this down. They go for the Grass Knot right there. At least we didn't get debuff is the only positive, but let's see what happens here. 1 shield versus 2 shields. This is not looking great, and unfortunately ends up being the Skeledirge, which is resisting our fast move pressure. And as you can see right there, they can easily tank that Scorching Sand. So unfortunately, the Froslass just had nowhere to go. It just triple answer to my Froslass. All right, Froslass versus the Marowak here. They swap out into their Dusclops, and we luckily have this Diggersby. Diggersby is going to be able to resist their fast move. However, they are running the Ice Punch, so Ice Punch is going to be able to do super effective. And judging from the first move here, we need probably 2 or maybe even another Scorching Sand and a Fire Punch to take out this Dusclops if they decide to stay in. Here goes the Scorching Sand, doesn't quite KO, and look how bulky that thing is. Shadow Punch is used and it's not going to be able to take us out, so we are going to be able to reach this Fire Punch. Bit of a misplay by our opponent because they could have easily taken us out by going for the Ice Sponge. And now we have our Froslass looking to farm down. We have to shield here because we want the energy, and looks like it is an advantageous situation for our Froslass. We are dealing some neutral fast moves here. We're going to shield here because we have a move ready, plus we know their Marrow is still there. We're going to force the shield or get the KO here. They decided to let it go, and now we're going to be able to get to this Avalanche to grab that last shield. And then here we're going to try to catch a move. Let's see if we catch something. Okay, unfortunately unable to catch the Rock Slide. Psychic Fang is used to soften them, and fortunately for us, we reached this next Avalanche after 1 Hex, and GG's to our opponents. So on to the next game, and luckily we were able to salvage that game. Ooh, not a great lead here. We're going to go into our Morpeko. Morpeko does face the Dusclops, so another Dusclops to deal with. We're just going to go for the Ore Wheel. Huge damage goes through, but even a Shadow Dusclops able to survive that is insane. Luckily, we are able to farm down, and let's see what they bring back in. Talonflame is used. We are going to fire off the Psychic Fang to grab a shield. And then we're going to go for another Psychic Fang here to see maybe we can grab both shields. So just like that, we've already grabbed both shields, and we are able to get to another Psychic Fang. Doesn't quite KO, but they're triple debuffed at this point. We go into the Froslass, and we do 1 Hex and switch out. So we're going to have to just see if we can win this game with our backline. Diggersby goes for the Scorching Sand, and we do get the debuff, and we have a decision. Are we going to shield or let this go? We decided to shield here so that we can get to a move. This Scorching Sand hopefully takes it out from this range, and it does. And now we see the Talonflame. They go for the fly, and we are able to farm down with the Froslass. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.